Good evening, this is BelGeode, and we are back with some more Skyrim VR, and we are back in Midwood Isle. And as you can see, it is the next morning. But what you can't see are the changes that I've made. I'm looking at the trees. I'm specifically looking at the trees. So normally I don't like to change stuff around in my playthroughs. If I'm doing a playthrough, I usually like the load orders to stay the same. However, on a different playthrough that I was doing, I installed, instead of simply bigger trees, EVT, or Enhanced Vanilla trees. And one thing I noticed, the FPS in Midwood Isle when I got back to this save was so much better. So we're going to go with that. I'm breaking my own rule, but I kind of like these trees. They're pretty awesome. Even just moving my head around right now, the FPS feels so much better. There's a few other changes that I've made, which we'll go into throughout the course of the video. I've added some things that I think will, shall we say, help me out with my gameplay in VR that I would actually highly recommend for you. But before we do anything, what are we doing? Well, let's take a look at the quest log, shall we? Alright, so we got this drunken beggar thing. Persuade Ned Hell to stop drinking. That ain't gonna happen. One small favor. Gotta talk to Amring, who's clean across the other side of the island. So that would require us going back to Alberton, which we might do in this episode. We also have a unique potion. Bring the ingredients to Daedalus. Guess where Daedalus is? Alberton. Yep. And then Realm of the Worthy. I have no idea what that's all about. But, yeah, we should check in with Phalus, excuse me, for more information. So it sounds like we're going to need to stop off in Florin and then make our way to Alberton. Alright, girls, I hope you're ready. Tyreek looks ready. His hangover is totally gone, by the way. Alright, before we leave the beautiful town of Lundin, I would like to sell some stuff to this guy. Dude, what is up with your workspace here? Holy crap, Folkvanger's gone nuts. Hey.
Might have come to the wrong shop, friend. Unless you want some new armor or a weapon.
I was just gonna sell you some stuff, if you don't mind.
Your chest piece is looking a little worse for wear. I've got just what you need.
What do you mean it... What? What do you mean it's looking worse for wear? I don't think I appreciate your tone, sir. Alright, let's get rid of some of the stuff that we picked up. He's only got 591 gold, so yeah, clearly we're not going to be able to get rid of any of this ebony stuff. It's just way too much money. We can get rid of Tyreek's old sword, the elven sword, so there it goes. Bye-bye. 483 left. Nordic mace. I like the Nordic weapons. I think they look good, so I would rather keep those. Glass Warhammer of the Blaze. Yeah, no, we're just gonna pass on that one. All of this stuff is just so expensive, and he has like no money. Daggers, I don't think we're ever gonna use, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. He's got 171 left. I literally can't sell him any weapons. Yeah, that's just not going to work. Alright, what about Dwarven Boots? Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll sell it. What was he talking about my chest plate? I'm wearing robes. I swear, these guys. And then, of course, there's this. I'm going to hold on to this on account of the fact that it's worth 687 gold, and he's only got 132. I might be able to sell it to the Imperials. But as far as our buddy here, Klengo, what does he have? He's got 10 ebony ingots. Well, you know what? I think I want all 10. One can never have too many ebony ingots. So now he's got a crap ton of money, and guess what? That works in my favor now, because now I can sell him all kinds of crap. Alright, so this ebony battle axe here, I'll never use it. Bow of Petrifying, we'll hold on to that because I don't actually have a bow and I've got all these arrows and stuff. Ebony Sword of the Inferno, you know, I might want to give that to my buddy Tyreek to replace the sword that he's using, which I gave him before. Glass Sword, yeah, no. Glass Warhammer, Yeah, no. We decided to keep the Nordic Mace, so I think we're pretty good. Listen, I wanted to ask you something. Has trade slowed down because of the mine being closed? Bear in mind, I had no idea the mine was closed.
A bit. It's harder to get materials since I can't get them locally anymore, and nobody needs new picks nowadays.
Okay, so what's wrong with the mine then? Nothing to say, huh? Okay. Forget I asked.
Until next time.
Until next time. Do we really want to get involved with these people's business with the mines? I don't know that we do. I really don't know that we do. I don't know why the mines are closed, and that's going to be a mystery for another time. For now, we do need to head back to Alverton. And to get there, well, we're going to need to swing by Florin first. Our business here in Lundin is done, and as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough for me. And you know, I've never noticed the clouds moving so fast before. That's pretty cool. I wonder if this mod author made changes to the skybox, for lack of calling it anything else. It's the only thing I can think of, because I don't ever recall seeing the clouds move in Skyrim. Or at least, not that fast. Alright, you know what? Let's save. Okay, so now that that's done, let's continue on our way. So we took care of the bandits that were off in that direction, so they shouldn't be a factor going back. And we took care of all the miscellaneous stuff along the coastline that we needed to. Granted, we didn't get everything on the coastline, but we got the stuff that we had quests for. So as far as I'm concerned, that works. Let's see if there's any rabid yogis in the forest. Nope, I don't see any. But yeah, I am noticing the FPS is a little bit better. It's not tremendously better, but these trees do seem to make a difference over the other. And there is a definite difference in like the branches, the leaves and whatnot. From my understanding, this is using 4K textures, but it's referencing them as 512. Don't ask me how any of that works. I have no clue. All I know is the trees are a little bit skinnier, but a lot lusher. And that works for me. It's actually looking the way I would expect pine trees to look. Now, I could always change the INI file to make, you know, like less trees in the area, but I kind of like to have the forest looking as thick as it is. That is a cool thing as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure how it is portraying itself on the image stabilization thing, but at least as far as gameplay in the VR headset, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, here's our dead guy at the bridge here who learned a valuable lesson from us the last time. I'm surprised he hasn't disappeared. Alright, now's a good time for me to show you one of the new things that I got. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is Spell Wheel VR. And it's real simple to use. First off, you'll notice my health, magicka, and stamina are now on my inner wrist. And it only appears within a certain range of motion, so I'd have to keep my hands like this to be able to see if I'm going to die. Which, if you think about it, if I'm like casting a spell, typically I'm going to have my hand out anyway, so it's not going to take much for me to just pull back a little bit just to get a quick glance on my health. But no longer will my health bar and everything pop up in the bottom when I'm starting to run low, so I need to be more conscious of that. And then on this side, if I have my weapon out, you can barely see it, but there is a gray bar which actually shows what my enchantment is. And right now it's saying that I've lost all enchantment on this dragon weapon. So I now know that I need to go into my items, find my dragon sword. There we go, dragon bone sword. You'll see it says, hey, you have no charge on there. So we're going to go Y button. Black soul gem. Boom. Full. Absolutely full. And now, if we look again, you'll see there's a full silver bar, which indicates that I have full charge on my sword. But now here's the other cool thing I can do. So, on each hand, you have the capability of having certain favorites on there, and it's a 2-button move. So in the case of my left hand, it's the left trigger and the left grip. When I hold them down together, look what happens. All of a sudden, I've got a spell wheel that I can use, and I've got my magica potions there. When you punch it, it actually tells you what it is and how many of it you've got. So you can see all of that there. And I've chosen to have all of my destruction spells and all of my special spells like Mage Light and so on this hand. So let's say, for example, I wanted to switch from Thunderbolt, which is what I currently have on, to, let's say, Mage Light. All I have to do is just keep my hand here and then let go of the 2 buttons that I'm holding. So remember, that's the grip and the trigger. So you can see what it does now. It created Mage Light on that hand. And let's say in the heat of battle, I want to switch it out and put myself back on that lightning. So we just open that back up by pressing both buttons, look for Thunderbolt, and let it go. And all of a sudden, we're back with Thunderbolt. You can do the same thing for the right hand. Now, for the right hand, since I have shouts on my grab button, I actually changed the button combination. So it's the trigger and the B button. Sometimes it gives a little trouble for me to press it all at the same time. But there you go. So this is all stuff that exclusively is tied to the right hand. So you see I've got my Dragonborn sword, which is currently equipped. I've got Dawnbreaker, which I could equip. I've got the same potions that I had on the other hand, because it's useful to have them on both hands when in combat, because I might be like, using this hand for lightning, or I might be slashing something and I need some potions to quickly heal up. And we've got healing spells on this hand, close wounds, healing hands, as well as my shouts. So Unrelenting Force, Fire Breath, Whirlwind, Sprint, Clear Skies, and I think these are shouts too. Frost Breath, Slow Time. So yeah, pretty neat stuff. And if you want to go to the old-fashioned favorites menu, you can just do that. And that will open up the old-fashioned favorites menu. If you want to unequip something that you currently have on, you would put it over this little vortex in the center here and then let go of the buttons. And then that will allow you to unequip whatever you have in that hand. We don't want to do that. Everything looks good as it is. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to equip Fire Breath. So we can verify that it is equipped by going to our favorites, since it is a favorite. And you'll see it says right there, Fire Breath. It is equipped. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Now that also goes hand in hand with Higgs. Now I've spoken about Higgs before on the channel, but I don't think I've actually shown you what Higgs is. No doubt you can probably find it on other VR Skyrim channels out there. A lot of people have taken to Higgs pretty much a lot quicker than I have. I am pretty much a newbie to using Higgs. I've tried it before, earlier iterations. I wasn't really comfortable with it, and I decided not to use it. But I changed my mind, as I am oft to do. I'm going to give you an example of what you can do with Higgs. So, let's go to items, and we'll just pick any old thing from my inventory. How about this bent Dwemer scrap metal? We're going to drop it on the floor. There it is. It is on the floor. Bent Dwemer scrap metal. Oh no, Ghita, I'm littering. Whatever are we going to do? Well, as long as your weapons are sheathed, you can make like a Jedi and basically just point your hand towards the item until it glows. And then you use the grab button once it's glowing. You'll notice it tells you pull bent Dwemer scrap metal. And now you can use the force and get it into your hands. Just like that. Is that not cool? And then if I want, I can litter again. Oh no, whatever are we going... Never mind.
You know, this is what I was made for. Exploring caves, the wilderness, and killing stuff.
All right, Tyreek. Thank you for that. I'm going to take the bent Dwemer scrap metal. So yeah, the whole idea behind Higgs is to give you a bit more interactivity with the world. And the major thing that it gives you is that whole telekinesis using the Force type of thing. We can chalk it up to magic in the Skyrim Elder Scrolls universe. That'll be fine. That will be just fine as far as I'm concerned. Alright, but here we are. We are back. Where's my ship? I do not see my ship. Where is my ship? Is it here? Hi, horsey. Ah, good. There it is. For a moment there, I thought pirates took my ship. Cool beans. Alright. So, I believe we are supposed to talk to Phalas. So, let's go ahead and get that out of the way real quick here. And then we will head over to Alverton. Good afternoon, or good morning, as the case may be. I have no idea what time it is. Puppers! Puppers! Now you can pet the puppers, of course. You don't need Higgs for that. You just have to put your hand in the right spot to pet the puppers. To pet the puppers. The puppers. You can also use Plank. I'm sure you've probably seen Plank. If you have not, look it up. Plank is P-L-A-N-C-K. And what Plank does is it takes what Higgs does and applies it to people. So you can literally grab a hold of people. Like say your followers are in the way, you can now pull them out of the way. Somebody's trying to attack you, you can catch it mid-swing and basically attack them with their own weapon. Stuff like that. It's all really cool. Plank I don't necessarily like using because Plank has this issue where if a target is killed, your followers will kind of drag their feet over it. Like say for example if we downed a mammoth, I'm just using a mammoth as an example, and Ghita and Allie were behind the mammoth and they decided they wanted to run through the mammoth, instead of just, you know, coming through it like a phantom, their feet will actually drag over the mammoth. It's really weird, really hard to describe. But we are here, so let's go talk to Phalas. And also let's save. Okay, well, good to be back here. I trust the king doesn't have any more jobs.
Safe, I hope.
I am. Phalas, hey, buddy, we're back.
What is it, Renly?
What is it?
Well, I've learnt the first 2 words of power.
You have?
I have.
Incredible! You're the second person who has ever known this shout.
Well, that's good, right?
Okay, so on to the final word.
Okay.
Apparently, no one knows this word, except for our ancestor god, Ergoloth.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Ergoloth was the one to teach Vorir the first word. He couldn't teach him any other words, as he wasn't physically or mentally strong enough. Unfortunately, Ergoloth lives in Lastendel, his
What is
spiritual plane. Whilst
Okay.
you were gone, I'd hoped to find some other way, but I couldn't.
What are you trying to say here, buddy? Listen, when I learned the words, a ghostly dude spoke to me. He was the one who gave me their knowledge.
What? Why, that must have been Ergoloth himself.
Yeah, but you said he didn't have the strength.
He has cause to help you after all. Zachris is his rival and always wanted to destroy him.
Okay, so he was
You should
holding
head
out.
to the shrine. It's just off the road towards Alverton.
Hmm.
Hopefully you'll be able to get in contact with Ergoloth and ask him about the final word.
Okay. I guess we will do that then. Thank you so much for your assistance, Phalas.
My best guess is the war.
Okay,
I
let's
doubt
go.
many merchants feel brave enough to transport goods across land to Solitude. So
Oh.
we're only trading with the
Alright,
locals.
folks, we're out.
It would be difficult.
Okay, so let's think about what just happened there. No trouble, guard. No trouble. So, I'm not sure I grasp everything that's going on. So the guy says, Phalas says, that in the olden days, their god was only able to teach the last word. He didn't know the other two. But if their god is this same ghostly dude that's been helping us out, in particular in the last episode, is he stronger now? What's going on here? I don't get it. It's a little confusing to me. But with that having been said, we are going to head to Alverton, and I guess we will stop by the place on our way back, because I would really like to finish up the Alverton stuff. Not to mention, we're still trying to do that one favor for the blacksmith. All this time we've been trying to do that. Sheesh. I swear, this island never ceases to amaze. Excuse me, guard. Alright. Well, now that we're out here and it's a beautiful afternoon, how about we save yet again? Okay, shall we be off? Alright, thankfully Alverton is not too far. Although, to be fair, nothing is really too far in this place. Everything is nice and convenient, which I absolutely love. Nice small island, even though it does have a lot of dungeons and so on. You know, everything is all compact. Of course, the flip side to that, for a small island, it certainly does take a lot of FPS. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I've been to plenty of big worlds. We were in Bruma, for example, which is way larger than this place. And we didn't lose nearly as much FPS as we lose here. Granted, with the trees in, it most certainly does help. I do notice that the trees do make it a little bit better, but still. Midwood Isle just doing what Midwood Isle does. So the only thing I can really say is apologies if the video is not ideal. I'm trying to do the best I can here. Of course, it doesn't help that I have the image stabilization thing on too. And by the way, speaking of that, the LVK or Live Vision kit that I've been using for image stabilization, I do actually have communications open with the guy who created that, and I do have on good authority that he's going to be working on a VR specific version, because when the LVK was designed, he actually designed it for live video, so like camcorder stuff. He didn't really design it for what I'm doing. It can be used for that, but it's not optimized for that. So what I've asked him to do is to, you know, see if we can come up with a VR specific one, primarily for us flight simmers, because I know that's a huge issue when we're doing our flight sim videos. People don't want to watch the videos if they're very shaky. And when we're flying, especially when we're flying and talking, that's a problem. Same goes for this. Alright, so we're going to talk to Amring and we're going to talk to Dallas. Who's first? I guess Dallas. Yep, Dallas. Hello, Dallas. At long last, we are back.
Need something?
What do you mean, need something? You sent me on an errand, sir. Here, I've got all the ingredients.
Ah, well done. I hope it wasn't too difficult.
You owe me 2,000
That helped
bucks.
me out hugely, friend. I will not forget it.
Uh-huh.
Here, take this as a reward for all of your hard work.
Better be 2,000
And
bucks.
let me teach you a thing or two about alchemy before you go.
I don't need to learn alchemy.
Listen, so next inn we stop at, I'm up for a drink.
No! No, Tyreek. No! Really? That's all you're going to give me is 250? You know how much this stuff cost me, sir? You know what? No. No drink. No. And don't you all side with him, because I know you're a bunch of alcoholics. No, seriously, Ghita, I'm a little upset here. Everything we've been through to get those ingredients for Dallas.
You know, I worked a bit as a sellsword in the past. I wouldn't recommend it. You often never get what's owed to you.
Oh, now you tell me. Well, gee, thanks, Tyreek. Thanks. I'm so done with this place. Come on. Alright, where's our next person that we need to talk to? No, lady, I gave you money before. You're not getting any more now. Gift of charity. You're a rip-off artist is what you are. Alright, where is our guy? Oh, he's back there. We totally went straight past him. Okay, my bad. My bad. Oh, look, we can also do this. Yep. Yep. It doesn't do anything. Oh, well. We can hit it, though.
Only for a little charity.
Tell me that's not the coolest. I could stand there for hours just hitting the sign. Get my frustrations out of about only getting paid 250 gold for that quest. Oy. Oh, hi, puppers. Puppers, you're so cute. I love you, puppers. Hey, Amring. Hi. Do you mind, Tyreek? Okay, listen. Lethal, you know Lethal, right? Over in Lundin. She would like your spiced venison recipe.
Of course you would, but what do I get out of this?
I don't know. Take it up with Lethal. She said she would credit it to you and you might get some customers.
Well, I guess that would work.
Uh-huh.
Before I go ahead giving away my most prized recipe, I need something from you first.
Wrong, sir. Wrong. You need something from Lethal. You do not need something from Belenos. Lethal. That's your lady. Let me guess. A small favor?
Yes, actually, but don't worry, it won't take long.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm all ears. Go ahead.
I need you to go and get something of mine from Neron, the food vendor over in Florin. I recently lost my bow on a hunt, and I heard he found it.
From Neron.
You bring me back my bow, I give you my recipe. Deal?
I don't suppose I have much of a choice. Yeah, you know what? This is exactly how I'm feeling. And this mod author, oh, you know what you did here. Fine, deal. But this better not result in another small favor from Neron. I'm on to you people. Bunch of scam artists.
Excellent. Don't delay, my friend. I don't have much business without my bow.
Okay, then. At least he's not asking for 1,000 gold. Puppers, you're the best thing going on this island. Alright, come on, let's go. How do we get ourselves into this? More importantly, how do I get you all into this? I don't know, Allie. I just don't know. It seems like every step that we take in this dang place, we just have more and more people taking advantage of our kindness. I'm starting to not like it. Tyreek, I'm also starting to not
Don't
like
worry,
that.
friend. I've got your back.
Yeah, well, listen. I'm fed up, man. I am absolutely fed up.
I've got your back. Don't worry.
You know what? It's time for you to part ways with me.
All right. I'll meet you at the shrine.
Okay. I'm just done. I'm just done, girls. I'm done. I don't know what else to say, but I am done. Alright, now where exactly do we need to go? Let's check the map. We haven't done that yet. Travel to the shrine of Urkalath, which is where Tyreek is going to meet us. So he's not truly going away here, folks. He's actually staying with us, basically. Alright, there's Skyrim. There's the Azurian Sea Route. This is what we'll be using when we go back to Skyrim, since we have the Wet Wench here. So we'll be sailing to that point, and it'll automatically teleport us to the Azurian Sea Route. And then we'll need to navigate the Azurian Sea to get to the Sea of Ghosts, where Skyrim is. Alright, so we need to talk to Neron. You know what? Let's go ahead and get that done, because something tells me, something absolutely tells me that this is going to result in yet another favor. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not. So folks, it's going to take me a couple of minutes to get there. So what we're going to do this time around is I'm actually going to use the magic of editing. And we'll pick it up once we get to Florin. Alright, it is a few minutes later. Really didn't take us that long. I just didn't feel like walking the entire way in the video because I'm just so upset with this whole thing, in character that is, not out of character, that I didn't want to talk. I just didn't want to talk. And honestly, that's probably a good thing for you all, because let's face it, I do talk a lot. I realize this. It's kind of the whole point of doing YouTube videos, you know, you talk to your audience. But at least we're back, which is good. I enjoy that fact that we are back. Man, look at these clouds. Wow. That's just awesome. I don't care who you are. That is just awesome. Alright, so Niron is the one that has this store over here. He's the one that wants me to get the beggar to stop drinking. And let me tell you folks, that is still not happening. And is his sign movable? It sure is. Alright, well, I'm going to bing, bing, because I can. Alright, Niron, we are back.
Need something?
Yes. Do you have Amaring's bow? Is that it that you're wearing there?
Ah, yes, I have. I thought he might send someone to come get it eventually. He can't do much without his bow.
Okay, well then give me the bow.
Of course. But first, whilst you're here, could you help me out with something?
No. Absolutely no.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're trying to imply.
I don't care what you're trying to imply. You want me to help you with a small favor that won't take much of my time, which of course is going to lead to more small favors that won't take much of my time. Before I know it, it's several days that I've been on this island and I haven't completed a single dang quest.
Precisely. Although, I get the feeling you've done this before.
Don't start with me, buddy. Yeah, I've trekked across Midwood Isle chasing this dang potion.
Potion? Actually, I won't ask. Don't worry, you don't need to go far for this one.
Okay.
I just want permission from King Logan to be able to hunt in all 3 districts. It can get ever so boring hunting in the same parts for years.
Why don't you just go into the castle or the longhouse and ask him yourself? You see him every morning. He walks around town with the queen and with Scythin. Pop your head out the door before you start your business and be like, hey, king. Fine, I'll do it. But afterwards, I need that bow, and I'm not kidding, sir.
Absolutely. Speak to King Logan, and I'll hand over the bow.
You better. I swear this king better not have another one of these wretched tasks. Even the mod author's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the player's getting tired of this by now. You were right.
What was that?
Never mind. Never mind. I'm just talking to myself. Bye.
Okay, friend. I'll be here when you get back.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. No. Just... no. This place is killing me, man. This place is flipping killing me. Seriously, this quest is the worst. And by that I also mean it's the best, because this is a stroke of mod authoring genius. And there's just enough quests there for even the most hardy player to really get tired of having to do all of this stuff. Mod author, you're a sadistic so-and-so. But I love it. I do love it. So we're going to go talk to the king. And hopefully he won't send us on another Wild Guar quest. He better not. Seriously, he better not. I am about to just jump off that pier and get into the wet wench and just sail back to Skyrim and never come back. They can deal with Zachris themselves. Your Highness, I have business with you.
Yes?
No, not you, Renly. Your Highness.
If you need anything, please talk to Siphon. He will be able to help you with whatever you need.
No, I need to talk to you, Your Highness. Niron wants your permission to hunt in all 3 districts.
Does he? Huh. I'm surprised he hasn't asked me himself.
Thank you. That's what I told him too. Finally, somebody gets me here. And here I am. I forgot. When I raise my right hand, it puts me in 3rd person view. Well, it seems everyone on Midwood Isle has me running around doing their errands.
Oh dear. Well, I won't waste any more of your time. Tell Niron he is free to hunt wherever he likes.
That's it. You're sure?
Of course. Niron practically feeds the whole town. It's the least I can do.
Oh. So you don't need me to run off and, like, fetch something from someone?
I'm afraid not. I give Niron my permission. No strings attached.
So, no more small favors. You don't need me to do anything?
Well, I suppose I could think of something. If you insist.
No. Sorry, Your Majesty. No, it's fine. I don't need any more tasks from anyone.
Well, if you insist. A shame. I was just thinking of a few odd jobs that need doing.
I'm sure you were, but don't even think about it.
Don't worry. I have advisors and guards for such a reason. They can do it. I get the feeling you've had quite the adventure.
I have. You have no idea. I wouldn't exactly call it an adventure, though, buddy.
Well then, don't let me keep you. Give my regards to Niron, would you?
I shall. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Your husband has a sense of humor. Okay, girls, let's go before he changes his mind. Whew. Okay, are we seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here?
Disrespect the law, and you disrespect me.
No, your entire island disrespects me, lady.
Blessings be with you.
Blessings to you, too. Wow. It all started with that guy right there. Remember him? Yeah, he is not my best friend. Let me just tell you, not my best friend at all. It has taken us literally the entire day to get all of this crap done. I'm telling you, I am so close to just getting on a wet wench and heading back to Skyrim and never coming back to this place ever again. But, thank you, Your Majesty. No strings attached. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now let's see if Niron will hold up his end of the bargain. Niron, I'm back. And you better have that bow.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? Did you not send me to do something? You know what? King Loken says you're free to hunt wherever you wish. He told me so himself. Do you need like a notarized letter or something?
Excellent. And as promised, here's Amring's bow. Tell him to be more careful next time.
He also said you could have just asked him yourself. Keep that in mind for next time. Well, Amring is in Alberton. We are not going to Alberton tonight. We're done. We are done. Come on, girls. Oi. Alright. You know what? We could go to the inn and sleep there. Or...
Speak.
No, I will not. I'm already speaking. What are you talking about? I kind of want to go to the wet wench. We've not slept on the wet wench, so let's do that. That's where we're going to end this video for today. We're going to end it on the wet wench. I don't know, girls. I don't know. That was quite the adventure, wasn't it? Yeah. So, when we come back, we obviously have things to do. And let's see, those things are going to be probably finishing up with Amring and so on and so forth, yada yada yada. And then, of course, heading to that shrine that our good buddy Tyreek says he is going to meet us at. So, with that having been said, I would say we're pretty much done. Let's go on board the Wet Wench. Guess I could probably just hop on, right? Yeah, there you go. Of course, I'll need to teleport the girls. So, in order to do that, let's see. Leader's teleportation. That's you. That'll be on my left hand. Actually, no. It's a shout. So, here's what we'll do. Go into the lower deck. And now that we are on board, I will go to this half of the ship and shout. And there we go. Just like that. The girls are all on board. Alright, ladies. So, how about we spend the night here, so that way we don't have to waste any money in the inn. Not that it's much of a waste, it's only 10 gold. We'll refresh ourselves, we get a good night's sleep without any additional guests or anything like that, and tomorrow we'll start taking care of business. So, all three of you may relax. And that will do it for me. So, thank you as always for watching, folks. This has been BelGeode. I've been playing through Skyrim VR. And we have been playing through the mod Midwood Isle.
You want with me.
Ghita, don't start. Don't start. Tannia, deal with your sister, please. I'm going to sit over here in this chair. There we go. So yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. This has been BelGeode. I've been playing Skyrim VR, going through the mod Midwood Isle. And the list of all the mods that I've used is in the video description below. If you enjoy what you've seen, please feel free to give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. When we come back for the next Skyrim Sunday, we'll finish up this small favor and we'll get to the shrine and see what Tyreek was able to find out in our absence. Alrighty, folks. I will talk to you all really soon. Ciao.